Hello everyone. So it's been a while since I've done a video. I've had a lot going on actually. Pretty sure you guys saw my last video, quite emotional. I have been struggling with postpartum depression. Kind of hit me hard, honestly, having baby. It's been hard to control my emotions. I am definitely better than how I was, let's say, 2 months ago. Taking it day by day, it's not been easy at all, especially when you don't have someone near you that can provide that support for you. I guess this video is just a bit of a catch up, really, and a few things that I like to say. I see a lot happening nowadays. Obviously, what I'm going to say is not to all men, it's just some men. And this is a pattern that I'm seeing quite a lot. There are more single moms nowadays than women who are in relationships or married. Reason being is a lot of the men nowadays are just not serious at all, don't want responsibility, and just want to be out there having fun and doing their own thing. I mean, I'm all about fun. It's good to have fun. It's good to enjoy your life as a young person. There's nothing wrong with that. But what upsets me is when a man comes towards you with the intention of, oh, I want to be with you and I want something real with you. But then you start off the relationship now and it's like, it's not really what they wanted. They just wanted a main girl and then a little bit of fun on the side kind of thing. And I'm big about trust and loyalties, and I don't like to share. So if I'm with a man, it's just like, I don't intend to share my man with anyone. If you're my man, you're my man. I don't expect any other woman touching you or doing anything with you that I'm supposed to do as your girl. I'm finding it that a lot of relationships and marriages are not lasting, and even those who are in marriages are there simply because of pride, or they feel like there's no way out, or they're trapped. Not all men, like I said, but a majority of the men nowadays are just so wicked, deceitful, manipulative, and it's starting to piss me off, honestly. I think at this point I'm starting to get agitated with just men in general, because I'm just disgusted at this point with the behaviors of men. Because for me, as much as, yeah, it looks all beautiful, I had a baby, this and that, realistically, if I'm being real, I didn't want another child. I mean, I had 3 kids that I'm taking care of already from my previous relationship, and I was not ready for a 4th kid. I mean, I was, obviously, every child is a blessing. There's nothing wrong with that. But I wasn't prepared. Like, I have my children by planning them. I think the only child I didn't plan was my first child, but my other 2 children, I sat down with the dad and said, okay, yeah, I want to have another kid kind of thing, and then we went from there. But with what happened with me, I'll just give you a brief summary. I'm not going to go too much into detail. All these dating sites, women, you have to be so careful. I would say from my experiences, dating sites are harboring mental patients and devil people in there. Demons, I would say, because there's so many different types of men on there, and majority of them are just there to fuck about, to be honest. If anyone approaches you and say they want something real, you have to really question their intentions, because most likely they just want to fuck about. So for me, what happened to me where I got pregnant is I met this guy off Hinge, And it took me a few days to write to him because it's like 4 days, because I was still trying to contemplate looking at his pictures. Does he look nice? Is he attractive to me or not? Some pictures he looked nice, but some pictures he kind of looked ugly. And so yeah, it took me about 4 days to even like say anything to him. And when I finally did, he seemed like a nice person, and we started talking. And I thought, I wonder how he sounds, because I'm into like nice, dark, deep voices and stuff like that. But he definitely didn't sound like how he looked. But for me, it was just a fun thing. It was just something casual. I just ended my marriage and going through a separation, struggling with 3 kids. It was just something to just keep me busy. Like, I'm one person that I like attention, so I like when someone spends quality time with me. I mean, my love language is physical touch and quality time. So I like touching, and I like spending time with someone that actually makes the time to spend with me. I'm not asking you to take me to fancy restaurants and things, but things like just sitting at home watching a movie, or just giving me your time where you're talking to me, or where we're doing things intimately and things like that. That means the world to me, no matter how small or big. um so yeah, I met this guy on Hinge. Was talking for a while. Obviously told him about my experiences. When you meet someone, you're talking about things that you've gone through, what you're looking for, your intentions. And obviously I said to him, right now I'm not looking for a relationship, but I'm just having fun at the moment. And obviously if it does turn into something real, I don't mind. um Obviously it seemed like he was looking for the same thing, really. And I've obviously told him about my divorce I was going through, and I said to him, one thing I hate the most is a man that can't communicate, and a man that's disloyal. Cheating is a big thing for me. I don't like it. It's something that changes me as a person. You know, you just explaining yourself to the person. And what I didn't realize is that he was not taking in the information at all, because I met him like, I don't know how long after I started talking to him that I met him, but I do remember I met him going to the end of April last year, and it was just, everything was great. I mean, he was a nice guy, he was polite, he understood that, you know, communication was everything. And he communicated very well. He loved to video call me. He would call me at least 4 or 5 times a day. And at first, I was a bit annoyed because I was thinking, oh, like video call all the time. I used to say to him, are you trying to see my ugly face? And we laugh about it. But after a while, he got me used to it. So I was just like, okay, I don't mind it. So sometimes I'll actually look forward to it. Like, I look at my phone sometimes, I'm just like, when is he going to message? Is he going to call me? And it was just something that, it was exciting for me. And yeah, and he came over, I met him, and I cooked for him, and we sat down in the living room and we were listening to music, and I just loved his vibe, everything about him. And we started to see each other, not in a relationship, but just seeing each other. So he would come over at least once a week and just spend some time with me and then go about his business. And he did express to me that he did want to become a dad, and how much he loves children and things like that. And obviously I heard what he was saying, but I said to him, I'm not ready to be a parent again because I have 3, and my ex-husband is not in a position to even help me at the moment to raise them. So I'm doing it on my own. I've always done it on my own, even when I was together with my ex-husband, because he wasn't really a hands-on person. So I took up all the responsibilities. And I said to him, as much as I hear you want to be a dad, I'm just not ready for that. Maybe like going to maybe the last year of university, or after university when I've gotten a job, maybe I'll consider having another child. But I don't want another kid. And I realized he spoke about it more often. Like almost every conversation we have, he'll bring up how much he wanted to be a dad. And I kept saying to him, I'm sorry, I don't know why you keep talking about it. I don't want a child. And he was just like, oh, well, you may never know. God's plans are different. Who knows? We might have a baby by the end of the year, this, and that. And it started to upset me because it started to make me feel guilty. Like, I felt like, okay, this guy, he's a good guy. He's a good person. And I'm just shutting him down by saying, you know, I don't want to have a kid. But to be honest, I shouldn't have felt bad. Because what ended up happening to me is I actually got pregnant. So I've never gotten pregnant like this in my life, this fast. I met him going to the end of April. By second week in May, I was pregnant. I could not believe it. I walked into Asda and like the bread aisle just made me sick. And I was thinking, oh, the smell of that bread is just, it's not that the bread was spoiled. It's just the smell of bread got to me. And when my friend said to me, I think you're pregnant. And I was just like, no, I don't believe that. I actually was pregnant. And I told him, and he was excited. And I just couldn't understand why he would be excited. I mean, I was excited in the sense that, oh, you know, like I said, every child is a blessing. But at the same time, I was sad because I was thinking, I don't know this man. I don't know anything about him. I don't know who he is. Yeah, things are great right now, but I don't know him. So how am I supposed to have a baby with a man I don't even know? And it was just, it was scary for me. And obviously I did express my concerns. And I said to him, you've been talking about being a dad, but I'm not ready for this. I don't want another child. I feel like the minute I give you a child, you're going to become a problem to me. You're not going to be with me. You're going to leave me with the responsibility. You're going to leave me with everything that comes with this pregnancy. And I just don't want to be put through that, because it seems like everything is good with a man, but the minute I get pregnant, things go downhill. And I said, a lot of my partners I've had, one of the biggest problems I have is cheating. They keep cheating on me, and I don't like things like that. And communication wise as well, that all changes. And he said to me, you know, he reassured me that, you know, that's not going to happen. He's not that type of guy. He is old enough to have his own child. He knows how to be a responsible man, this, and that. And I said, I hear what you're saying, but it doesn't stop the fact that I feel if I have this kid, you are going to abandon me. I have very bad abandonment issues and trust issues. And I just feel like you're going to, something's telling me that you're going to abandon me. You're not going to want me anymore after I've given you the child, because it seems like maybe that's just all you want. And I don't want to just have a child with someone. I want to have a child with someone that's willing to be in something serious and committed with me and not leave me. Obviously, he reassured me that, he said to me, why would I leave you? You're giving me a baby. I can't respect no woman. The only woman I can respect is a woman that can give me a child. So when you give me my child, there is no way I'm going to leave you. I'm going to be with you. Of course we're going to be in a relationship. You're having my baby. The way he said it, it makes you feel special as a woman, because you start thinking, you know, this is what I've been looking for. A man that's serious, a man with vision, a man that's committed, a man that understands the responsibilities of being a partner and a parent. Biggest mistake of my life. It went downhill quite fast. I think about 2 weeks after I found out I was pregnant came the disloyalty. And this is where shit went bad. The same thing I warned him about, not being disloyal to me. I don't like men that cheat. I don't share. Made it clear from the beginning. 2 weeks after finding out I was pregnant, found out he cheated on me. Not going to explain how, but found out he cheated on me. And what pissed me off the most is he couldn't take accountability for what he did. We argued so much that day just for him to admit that, you know what, I was unfaithful to you. And even though he did that, I decided, okay, it's a one-off. I'm going to give you the benefit of the doubt, and I'm going to trust. what you say that you're not going to do it again. Biggest mistake of my life again. Once a man has betrayed you the first time, most likely he's going to do it again. And I think this is where a lot of us women make that mistake. And we think, oh, but I love him and I care about him. Do not let your emotions run you. Because I gave him another chance. And it now became a vicious cycle throughout my pregnancy of the disloyal behavior. He did it again. This time he was advertising himself on dating sites. If you're in a relationship, why are you on any dating sites at all? Don't understand. When I found out, his more concern was, it wasn't, oh, I've just been unfaithful to my girlfriend and she's pregnant for me. It was, why did you go through my stuff? I deserve privacy. And it's just like, you expect to still have privacy after you've already been unfaithful to me more than once. And then came the disrespect. This man talks to me like I am nothing but trash. If I could write a book on how many names he calls me, I would be rich. All sorts. Useless woman. Oh, you act like a pig. All sorts, he says. And from there, it became the emotional blackmail, making me feel bad about myself, making me feel bad about how I parent my kids. It made me start to feel, am I good enough? Am I not beautiful enough? Am I not nice enough? Especially with the cheating, you start wondering, am I not good in bed? Because I've never had anyone complain in that department. It's something that I love to explore, my sexuality. I've asked him many times, what can I do for you to pleasure you? And he's just like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really into that stuff. But you, like, it just really pissed me off because I've got a very high drive and I'm ready to go at any moment. But one of the biggest issues is he wasn't. And I started to think, and I started asking his friends and stuff like, is he a guy that likes intimacy and things like that? And they looked at me quite confused because they were just like, I don't see him have a problem in that department at all. But with me, I feel like he does because he'll come over and it's just like, there's not much intimacy at all. Doesn't give me as much as I would like. And I did try to discuss with him, but he doesn't want to even talk about the subject around intimacy. So it's like, I'm not being satisfied. But then you're hearing out there that he's with this woman and that woman and that woman. And it just makes you think, well, is it the way that I have it with you that's not good enough? Is that why you're going to someone else? Or what is it about me that just makes you just want to go to someone else? Because I said to him, I had a conversation with him one time and I said to him, anything that you want me to do, tell me and I'll do it and I'll improve it. I'd rather you tell me what you like so I can give you pleasure rather than you go out there and you ask another woman. Like, I'm open to a lot of things. So don't feel scared to tell me like, oh, maybe you want this or you want that. I would rather have that conversation with you than you go and do it with another woman. But it didn't matter how many talks I had with him, he just kept doing it. And then comes December and he did something else, which I'm not going to go into detail because I don't like to talk about it. But that one just set me off even more. And instead of saying sorry, he plays the blame game. Everything he does is never his fault. It's always my fault. I did this. I made him do that. I made him do this. I made him do that. It got to a point where the relationship became so strainful and so toxic. And then I thought, oh, things will get better. Things will get better. I keep telling myself every day, things will get better. And then obviously I was being evicted from my home. So I had to leave and I had to find a place to move. But it's hard to find a place nowadays. So obviously he said to me that, you know, he wants to change and things will get better. And I'm trying to believe that. And he mentioned one time we was talking that, you know, if I was to live closer to him, things would be so much better and easier and probably we wouldn't be arguing as much as we do and things like that. And you know what? I started to think about it because he lives an hour away from me. Yeah, maybe that could be an issue. Distance could be an issue. But the opportunity presented itself where I had a choice to make. Either I stayed in Wolverhampton and lived with my other baby dad, which is my ex-husband, until I found a place, or he had found me a place that I can stay, which is closer to where he lives. So I thought, because of, yet again, the promises he made me, I thought, you know what? Why don't I just go live near him? Because maybe he is right. Maybe things will be better. He will change. He will improve himself. And so I moved. And after I moved, 2 days later, he ended our relationship. Well, I say a day or two later, he ended our relationship. And the day after, I got into a massive car accident, which me and my kids nearly died. I have never been so stressed in my life. Dealing with heartbreak and depression creeping up on you is the worst combination you can ever have, because he didn't understand at that moment. I was so low. Like, and I tried to tell him many times that I'm not feeling myself. I'm not able to control my emotions. I'm suffering from depression. But instead of understanding, he will say I'm toxic and I'm stressing him and I'm acting like a mental patient and just all sorts. And I said to him, I'm not making this relationship hard. You are, because you started it from the beginning. He doesn't understand that he broke my trust from the first day he was disloyal to me and unfaithful. From then, it made me not see him the same. I could not trust him. His phone is everything. His phone is his God. And I'll say this again, and I say it many times to my friends. Social media is the downfall of our generation. All these women that you see with perfect bodies doing this, he's got all these women that are just crazy for him. And it's just, he loves the attention. So he'll be sitting next to me and he's just on his phone. All the pictures I have of him on my phone is of him holding his phone like this. Every picture, even when I was in hospital. Face to his phone, 24/7. And that made me feel even more insecure, because I would sit there thinking, like, is he gonna talk to me or what's going on? His phone, there's times where his phone will die because he's got to, I'm just thinking, okay, maybe he'll pay attention to me now, his phone die, or maybe talk to me or say something. No, he'll put it to charge, pick up the other phone until he goes to bed. And it's just like, there's no communication, there's no talking. He don't really say much to me. It's just always on the phone. And every time I ask him, I'm watching YouTube videos, I'm watching Instagram videos, I'm just on Instagram watching this, I'm just on Instagram. Yeah, but I'm sitting right in front of you. Talk to me. Why would you rather talk to strangers than talk to me? You call me a partner, you call me a girlfriend. Talk to me. Do things with me. I've always said to him, take me out, let's go somewhere. Just do something. But no, his phone was more important. If I touch his phone, it causes massive issues between us. But if he asks me for my phone today, I'm like, oh, I just want to check something quickly. I give him my phone with no hesitation. But if I say to him, oh, let me see your phone, for what? And it's just like, he became so protective. It went from, he never used to have really passwords on his phone, to now he's got password and facial recognition on his phone. And it's just like, what's all the hiding for? It went from good to bad really fast. Like now, the way things are, it's like I'm a fly that won't go away. I'm literally like a fly that won't go away. That's how he treats me. Before, he calls me 4 to 5 times a day, video call. He always wants to hear from me. If I go a whole day without calling him, there's one time I did it, and I didn't even do it on purpose. I was actually genuinely just busy. And he just got so upset. And I said to him, I'm sorry I didn't check on you. I've been so busy. I've been up and down. I haven't even had time to myself. And he made a statement. He said to me, it only takes you 2 seconds to reply. There's no excuse for you not picking up my calls, or not even sending a message to say that you're busy. And I said, you know what? I'm big about communication. Yeah, you know what? He's actually right. It does take me 2 seconds. And from then, I make sure that no matter where I go, my phone was always on me. And if I'm not able to pick up his call, I will message him. And then it became a time where I was feeling a bit low and depressed. And when I get in that mood, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just cut myself off for the world. And he got upset and he said to me, I'm your partner now. Anytime you're feeling that way, you should be talking to me. You should be trusting me. You should be talking to me about it, because I want to be there for you. But if you just shut me out, how would I know what's going on? And I thought, okay, you know what? He's right. I let my guard down even more. And because I let my guard down for so long, now it's bad. Because now if I call, there's a rule to how many times I'm allowed to call him. If I call him more than 2 times, I will either be blocked or insulted. He can call me as many times as he wants. If I call more than twice, I'm being either blocked or insulted. And this is a man that used to call me at least 4 to 5 times a day. I can't do that to him. He'll get angry. Why do you keep calling my phone? It never used to be like that. I can call him as much as I want. He was always happy to talk to me. Now, not happy at all. Before, I can sit on his lap and, you know, mess about with him and play about with him. I can't do that. If I want to give him a hug, I've actually got to ask permission now. I can't just go and touch him because he can react in any way at any time. So it went from being, oh my God, he's awesome, to, wow, you're an ass. Why are you behaving like this? And everything just became sour from then. And the more, the cheating didn't stop, it continued. All sorts I had to deal with. Every time I told him I didn't like this, he continued to do it. I didn't like that, he'll continue to do it. And it's just been back and forth until he finally said he don't want to be with me anymore. He wants nothing to do with me. But the funny thing is, as much as he ended our relationship, he said to me one day in front of his friend that, he ended our relationship because he thought it would make me calm. What he wanted is just for me to be calm, and then he would have got back with me again. It wasn't supposed to be permanent. It was just so I can calm down. And I said to him, so you actually thought, in the middle of my depression that I'm going through, that it was appropriate to end the relationship when I needed you, at the point in my life where I needed you the most, where I'm going through something emotional. That was the time to end the relationship. And you thought that would make me calm, knowing how much I love you. In his head, yeah, he thought that would make me calm, but it didn't make me calm. It made me angry. It made me bitter. It made me so upset. I could not believe what was happening to me. And I'm still going through the heartbreak because it hurts. Because I think getting pregnant for him, I developed really strong feelings. And to this day, I do love him very much. But how do you continue to love someone that cannot love you? Because after everything that happened, even after he broke up with me, things just got worse. He said he does not love me anymore. He doesn't have any feelings for me anymore. It's the most painful thing you can hear a man say to you. And I said to him, everything you promised me in the beginning when I told you, if I keep this pregnancy, you have to promise to be with me, no matter what. I don't want you to leave me. I don't want you to abandon me. Well, here I am. Now I'm a single mom of 4 kids. I have another kid added to my plate. We are constantly arguing about things. His friend had to talk to him to even help me financially to take care of his child, because I've been literally moaning about it for months that I need help with this child. I'm struggling. And it's like, it's going in one ear and out the other. But his friend had a go at him. And next thing you know, he starts giving me money every month. It's been 2 or 3 months now he's been giving it. But it took his friend convincing him to even think about helping and supporting me. And if you can remember at the beginning of this video, I made it very clear what my intentions was and how I thought he was going to abandon me and not be there for me. And that's exactly what happened to me. Everything he promised me was never fulfilled. And even when I said to him, you promised me this and I still haven't gotten it. And he said to me, yeah, I promised you that and I'm not giving it to you. So what are you going to do about it? And I said to him, it's just sad. You gained everything from this. I gained nothing but another child. Because I let my guard down, he took advantage of that. And now I'm scared to be with anyone. I don't see myself trusting men anymore. Because at this point, it's happened so many times to me that I can't do it. I'm scared of being in anything serious with any man. And I think I'm going to be like this for quite a long time, because the minute you put your guard down, it's like they can smell you're vulnerable and they use that against you. It's not been easy for me emotionally. I thought the kind of man that I wanted to settle down and be with is someone that is understanding, someone that is compassionate, someone that when they see me low and sad, they want to be there to lift me up. What can I do to make you happy? What can I do to not make you sad? What can I do to help? Instead of, I don't care, it's your problem, go deal with your mental problem. You know, I never thought that I would come across a man like that, because the type of person I am, I love people with my whole heart, which is why when stuff like this happens, it really does hurt me a lot. And as you can see in my previous video, it went to a point where I nearly took my own life. And a lot of people will think, well, why did she do that? It's been a lot emotionally. And even when he found out that happened to me, I thought there would be some kind of compassion, but it was just like, useless woman, how can you go and try to do that to yourself? You've got children, you're not even thinking about your kids. But this is the thing, you don't understand. I was thinking about my kids, but at that moment, what he did to me that made me to feel that way, to go that far, it was a lot. Being a mom, you don't really get to go out much. You don't really have time to yourself. It's just always you're a mom, you're a mom, you're a mom. Whether you're feeling well, you gotta be a mom. Whether you're not feeling well, you gotta be a mom. I wanted a partner that will take some of the pressure off, understand that, you know what, she's had a long day. Let me take this off her hand. Let me do this to help her. Let me do that to just make the stress less. And I do the same for him. But instead, I come across men that see that I'm struggling, see that I'm having a long and hard day, and instead of helping me, they'll just create drama and problems. And this man is just so dramatic. He will start a fire and then tell you you started the fire. And it's just like, all I'm hearing is, now he's saying he's traumatized, he needs to heal, he's gone through a lot. What have you gone through? Because from the minute you came into my life, you manipulated me into giving you a child. The minute I got pregnant, you started to do all these things to me, breaking my trust, disrespecting me, doing all sorts, putting me in a position that I don't have a choice. But he's traumatized. He's going through stuff. So what about me? And this is why I always say, why is it that men are not allowed to give birth? Because a lot of these men out here, not all, but most, just don't have respect for women. Do you know how hard it is to carry a child for 9 months in your body? They feed off of you. Your energy is used by them. I've had 3 C-sections. I have 4 children. Do you know the pain you go through those 9 months? No one understands that pain, especially a man. But for you to see that woman go through all of that, he was literally in the room. I literally took a picture of me and him in the room when I was giving birth to Erica. I was laying down, obviously he was holding Erica. And as I was laying there, this one time we got into an argument and I pulled up the picture on my phone and he slapped my phone to the floor. And I said to him, look at this picture. What do you see? Oh, you're laying there. Why am I laying there? What are they doing to me as I'm laying there? Oh, you was having Erica in it. And I said, yeah. Why was I having Erica? You see, I was laying there. At that moment, I was laying there because of all the health risks and the thing that he did. I could have died on that table that day. Anything could have happened to me because that's the risk in childbirth. 3rd C-section. I'm laying there as they took that picture. They literally had me cut open from the waist down just for you to receive your child. And you can stand in my face and tell me I'm a useless woman and tell me how I don't do this right and I don't. He never has anything positive to say about me anymore. Before, when he met me, is, oh, you're beautiful. Oh, you look nice today. Or, oh, you know, that's how the manipulation starts. They start with the sweet words. But by the time they get what they want, they ain't got nothing nice to say. Every time he comes, and I had to ask him one day, do you not have anything nice to say about me? Like, anything. Just everything is negative. You don't do this right. You don't do that right. Oh, look at this. Oh, why is this like that? Do you not just come in one day and just be like, oh, you look beautiful today? Is it going to kill you? And another thing he does is he doesn't take accountability. As a man, I can't respect no man that doesn't take accountability or that doesn't say sorry for things that he's done. Because when you don't take accountability, you don't say sorry, that means you mean what you done and you do it again. And which is why the cheating kept reoccurring, because he's not sorry about it. Even one of the times I caught him, I remember the funniest thing he said. I said to him, I just found out you cheated on me. If you didn't catch me with the woman physically, we're not having this conversation. And I was like, excuse me? Yeah, that's what I said. And if I'm cheating on you, you need to mind your business. I said to him, excuse me, I'm your girlfriend. I have to mind my business when you're cheating on me, so you can lay another woman down and I'm supposed to keep my mouth shut. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I'm so happy I'm not his girlfriend anymore, because at this point, I've sat down and I thought to myself, is this the man that I see myself having a future with? I don't have a problem with a man being a provider, head of the family, but I can only follow a man that has vision. I don't want a man looking at me like I am under him. No, I am beside you. As a partner, hand in hand, we make decisions together. We do things together. This man makes plans for himself. Every minute, I want to do this, I plan to do that. And I used to say to him, you don't mention your daughter in anything that you say, or me. Everything is I. What happened to the words we, us, me and you? Plural. Add me to it. You can't make plans, oh, I want to do this or I want to do that. You haven't even asked my opinion or if it's something that I even want to do. You just expect that, well, I'm doing this and I expect you to follow along. If you follow along, up to you. If you don't, your problem. That's not how relationships work. It's doing things together, making decisions together. Yes, we have a difference of opinion, but coming to the middle and just making a decision together. And he really does lack that. So I have to ask myself, is this the kind of man that I want to be with? Do I want to be with someone that when he sees I'm low, he pushes me down even further? Doesn't motivate me to do better in life? Always looks at me like I'm not good enough? Doesn't see any value in me? Does not want to spend any time with me? Every minute is an excuse. Oh, I'm tired. Oh, I've got work. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got that. Now his excuse is, I'm traumatized. I need time to heal. Every excuse under the sun to not spend time with me. When I lived where I lived before, every week without fail, he'll come over. Sometimes he will sleep over for 2-3 days. I used to be excited. I look forward to seeing him every week because I know he's sleeping over and I can cuddle with him and just have that level of intimacy with him. It was everything to me because I don't get anything else from him after things started getting bad. The only thing that was left was the intimacy. But he stopped touching me. I don't know why. He hasn't given me a reason. Doesn't touch me anymore. So I'm pretty sure there's someone else out there he's touching, but it definitely ain't me anymore. And that made me feel a certain type of way because I started to feel like that's the only thing I had left to hold on to. And he's taking that as well. And it just makes me feel so bad because now I've moved closer. I was thinking maybe because I live far away, that's why he couldn't stay over more, because he used to say that, oh, I wish I could stay over, but I've got to go home, I've got work, this is and that. And I used to feel bad as well. So I thought, oh, when I got this opportunity to move closer to him, I took it because I thought, oh, now that I live closer, he'll come over more, we'll have more cuddles, we'll do more things intimately. Nope. The minute I moved here, he stopped touching me and he stopped sleeping over. If I even asked him to sleep over, I think the last time I asked, he was just like, oh, here you go again. Doesn't want to hear it at all. And his excuse is he's traumatized. He started all the disloyalty and the manipulation and deceit, but he's traumatized. Ladies, you need to wake up. There is a lot of men out here. There are got some good ones, don't get me wrong. And there are some bad women as well. But ladies, you need to wake up. Especially those dating sites, they are filled with demons and mental patients. Everyone needs to be aware because there are so many single moms out here. So many men are just, I've come across so many men and just standing there watching the words that they say to their wives or their girlfriends. You just have to ask yourself, if you knew what that woman went through to give you your child, would you still be standing there and talking to her the way you do? A lot of men really fight for this word respect, but do you know how to give that respect to the woman you love? Men, my advice to you, when you got a woman, you treat her like your queen, because that's what she is. A woman gets put through a lot, but if she can still be put through a lot and still continue to love you, she should be your queen. And you should hold on to her and treat her like she's your queen. You can't treat her like trash and think she's still supposed to give you respect and treat you like a king. You cannot be treated like a king when you don't treat your queen like a queen. For me, I'm looking for my king. And from this one that I've been with, I don't really think he's my king. Unless something changes and he ends up being the responsible man he's supposed to be, learn how to be faithful, learn how to work together with me, learn how to spend time with me, then yeah, I'll consider him to be someone I'll have a future with. But I don't really see that happening, because even when I ask him about things like marriage, I don't ever want to get married. For what? And it's just like, you have no future goals, no plans. Me, I want to get married. I want to settle down, have more children, someone I can build with, grow a future with, make money with, travel with. That's my end game. Whereas in him, it's just like, he just lives every day as it is, like a bum. Don't have no goals, no aspirations. And even if he does, it's all about what he wants to do. He's not including any other person as a partner next to him. He just wants to do everything himself. I don't see myself being with someone like that. But women, we have to be so careful, because these men, they don't care. And some of them are becoming aggressive as well. This social media, these phones, they cause so much problems, because some people don't know. How can you be with someone that cares for you so much, but your focus is on your phone? How can you sit in front of someone and you rather talk to a stranger on the phone than the person sitting right next to you waiting for you to talk to them or say something to them? It is sad out here, and I'm so scared for my generation. At this point, I'm focusing on my education and my children, because I've tried to find love and I keep coming across very narcissistic men, and I can't stand men that look at women as they are beneath them instead of beside them. So for me, I'm focusing on my children and my education, and I don't want a man that's going to come in my life and make me feel the way I've been feeling this past year since I had a baby with this man. And if I could see the future today, my daughter won't be here, because no child deserves a father like that. One that only cares when it suits him, instead of one that understands. Because if he really cared, he would have never put me through all that he did, because how I feel will affect her too. But he didn't care about that. He did whatever he wanted to do, said whatever he wanted to say. He can go out there and do whatever he wants to do, no problem. But you go and do it, he'll make slight little comments to make it seem like what you did is so bad. But he can go out there and do what he wants. It's just sad. And a lot of women, I'm just seeing what most women are going through nowadays. Even some of them that are married, most are not happy in their marriages because the way the man is treating them. It's just, the whole world is just sad, and it's not easy for us women. We gotta stay strong. And men, you need to do better. Men, you gotta do better, because it's not nice. There's so many children out here that need fathers, that need male role models, and most of you are just not the role model that that child should be, honestly. Which means there's a lot of boys growing up here to be fuck boys, growing up to be disrespectful men and aggressive to women. And I'm fighting hard for my boys, because like I said to them, you don't ever put your hands on a woman, no matter what happened. Don't put your hands on a woman. Don't do that to a woman. Be very respectful to a woman. But our generation is just sad. But women, stay woke, because the men nowadays, they don't give a shit about anyone but themselves. Doesn't matter how much he tells you he loves you, there is another woman out there he's probably telling the same thing to. And they probably don't even know about you either. Men are just so deceitful. It's sad. I don't know if I will ever trust a man again. But I know one thing for sure. I ain't never letting my guard down and making myself vulnerable like I did. But yeah, depression is real. So yeah, that's how I've been anyways. But I'll make the next video soon. I hope you guys have a good day. Bye.